Volcano warning ignored by 3 million people. This could be the largest eruption in human history. It's summertime in Naples, Italy. The streets are hot. The people are hot. The pizza is piping hot. But if you take a moment to look around, you'll notice something else. That's really hot, the weather. Because sitting just outside the city, beneath the gorgeous waters of the Bay of Naples, is one of the most dangerous volcanoes on Earth, Mount Vesuvius. It last erupted almost 2,000 years ago, burying the Roman city of Pompeii along with several others. It is considered one of the most densely populated regions on Earth, with more than 3 million people living within its danger zone. It is important to know that there are multiple volcanoes in the area. For example, there are over 100 volcanic vents on the island of Capri alone. But the main event here is the Campi Flegrei caldera. This is a special type of volcano known as a supervolcano because it has the potential to cause global devastation. As you can see, Campi Flegrei is already so large that it has its own caldera. You may have heard about this before. Basically, when a volcano gets too big and powerful, it collapses in on itself and creates this massive hole. Scientists call this a magma chamber, and this particular one is the third largest on Earth, right behind Yellowstone and Lake Toba in Indonesia. The last time it erupted was back in 1538. Luckily, it didn't cause too much damage, but that could all change in the next coming years. Since 2012, scientists have been sounding the alarm after noticing some unusual activity. The magma chamber is starting to get bigger. Between 2012 and 2014, researchers measured a sudden 4.2-inch uplift in the middle of the crater. Then in 2019, the ground started rumbling again. There were almost 1,000 small earthquakes in the area. It was like an orchestra tuning their instruments before the big show. And the show could be coming soon. If the magma chamber continues to grow at its current rate, it will fill up sometime between 2050 and 2750. When it does, there will be a massive eruption unlike anything we have ever seen before. It will make the 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption look like child's play. Here's how bad it could get. Ash and volcanic debris will cover the entire Bay of Naples. Lava will flow through the streets of the city. Pyroclastic flows will travel through the Campania region. It will be absolute hell on Earth. You might be wondering what a pyroclastic flow is. Well, it's one of the most violent forces in nature. Hot gas and solid volcanic matter flow down the side of the mountain at speeds reaching 435 miles per hour. If you stood in its path, it would literally burn your entire body in less than a second. Now imagine hundreds of these demonic fire tornadoes sweeping across the Italian countryside, destroying everything in their path. We can only hope for the best, but we should all be preparing for the worst. Unfortunately, though, a lot of people don't seem to care. Naples is still growing. In fact, in 2016, UNESCO designated the entire Bay of Naples a World Heritage Site. They made this decision despite the very real danger. Here's why they did it. The Bay of Naples is one of the most beautiful places on Earth. If you took a picture of any random spot, it would look like a painting. There are charming coastal towns, gorgeous beaches, colorful buildings, and stunning views of the Mediterranean. And then there's the history. This is the birthplace of pizza. It is where the Roman Empire began. It is home to several ancient ruins. It's like stepping back in time. Because of all this, millions of tourists come here every single year. It is a dream destination for many people. This includes John Sopko. He is a U.S. diplomat who once called the place magical. So even though he knew the risks, he bought a home on the island of Ischia, which is just off the coast of Naples. The house is now his vacation property, but if Vesuvius erupts, he could be in some serious trouble. Same goes for everyone else living inside the danger zone. They are playing a very dangerous game. And it's not just the local Italians. Many of the world's richest people have homes here. You've probably heard of the British royal family. They own a villa on the Sorrentine Peninsula. Other billionaires from all around Europe come here for vacation. This includes former Spanish King Juan Carlos. Back in 2014, he was caught on tape partying with 2 young women in a VIP nightclub on the island of Capri. Anyway, these are just a few examples. There are thousands of wealthy people with homes near Vesuvius, and none of them have a clue what's about to happen. They will be given a warning, though, not to leave the safety of their homes. Authorities will order a mandatory evacuation, but the problem is, where will they all go? Naples is already extremely overcrowded. It is almost impossible to find a hotel room here. Even if you had enough money to rent out an entire wing of a luxury hotel, you'd probably be turned down. Not during the summer, maybe, but if Vesuvius erupts, there won't be any hotel rooms in the area for miles and miles. That is, unless you have a private jet or a mega yacht, in which case you can fly or sail away. Otherwise, you better hope that you live far away from the danger zone, because you won't be able to leave. The roads will be completely destroyed. Cars won't be able to move. Planes won't be able to fly because of the ash. Boats won't be able to sail because of the falling debris. You are on your own. All you can do is pray for the best. But you should also prepare for the worst. I suggest stockpiling food and water in your home, learning survival skills, keeping valuables close, and having a bug-out bag packed at all times. These are all basic survival tips that you should follow no matter where you live. But if you live in the danger zone of an active supervolcano, it becomes a matter of life and death. Just ask the people of Herculaneum. Their city was buried by pyroclastic flows, pumice, and ash. They died almost instantly. To this day, we have found 700 mummified bodies from Herculaneum, including this horse. It was perfectly preserved in a stable until scientists came along. They extracted DNA from the horse and discovered something shocking. It turns out that this wasn't just any horse. It was a very special animal. It was a pregnant donkey, and you can tell by looking at the skeleton. This discovery was made in 2018. It's a reminder of the lives that were lost. But let me tell you about one person who managed to survive. His name was Pliny the Younger. He was a Roman senator who witnessed the eruption of Vesuvius while he was on vacation. He immediately set sail for the city of Misenum, which was being covered in ash. He wanted to rescue his pregnant wife and 7-year-old son. Unfortunately, he got caught in the pyroclastic flows and both him and his family perished. Only his wife's skeleton remains today. They found her with the bones of 4 other victims. There are several theories as to why Pliny tried to rescue his family. Some say he was too proud to listen to warnings. Others say he thought he could outrun the disaster. Whatever the case may be, this is a story that repeats itself over and over again. People refuse to listen to the warnings of scientists. They think they can beat the odds. But the odds are stacked against you. If Campi Flegrei erupts, you have a 20% chance of survival. You are guaranteed to lose everything. Your home, your car, your job, your savings. Everything will be gone. Just remember that. The next time you hear a politician saying that climate change is fake news, science is just a bunch of lies. And the next time you hear a scientist telling the truth, believe them. Scientists believe that there is a 50% chance of a small eruption in the next 100 years. I strongly suggest leaving the danger zone if that's where you live. Because if it does erupt, all of Italy will suffer, and the rest of the world will suffer alongside with them. We need to take this threat seriously and plan ahead. Don't wait until it's too late. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay safe out there.